Final inspections unveiled. Avoid these common pitfalls. I'm so excited about this video because this is the culmination of the trade partner preparation process. It will make sure that before your trade partner demobilizes that you are finished. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the agenda, the concept, and why this is a game changer for you. Okay, so let's dig right into it. The trade partner preparation process, like we've covered in the other videos that I'll link you to in the description below, are buyout, pre-mobilization meeting, pre-construction meeting, initial inspection or first in place inspection, follow-up inspections where you're monitoring the work as you go, and then the final inspection. This is key for a number of reasons. And actually, let me just go ahead and tell you the biggest consideration. The biggest problem here is that once you let a trade partner demobilize, and by the way, they're not attempting to do anything dishonest, it's just the nature of the circumstance. But once you let them demobilize, they no longer have the labor, the tools, the focus, or the context. And so asking them to come back to fix something or do something else is very difficult. It creates variation, and it's likely going to delay your project. So do not let them demobilize until they're finished with the punch list, which should be happening as they go, and make sure that everything is reconciled. So the idea for a final inspection is, hey, is all of your work done? Has it been punched out? All corrections made? Have you created the right substrate for the successor trade partners inside their work packages? Do we have all change orders reconciled? Are we 100% compliant? Do we have all of your deliverables, any attic stock, any training manuals, anything that we need for this work before you leave? That is the key. Now, this helps in a couple of different aspects. Number one, if you're allowed to release final payments or retainage, it's your final inspection. Also, you get what you need, and they know that they're done so they don't get their time wasted in the future. Huge, huge, huge. I don't know of the exact perfect time to do it. It will vary. So if there's a potential for a lot of changes or rework, you want your final inspection, or at least your first final inspection, to be a little bit sooner. If it's pretty simple work, you can do it maybe a couple of days or a week in advance or a couple of weeks in advance. When you schedule it, is dependent on your ability to do the meeting, finish everything out, and then close it out final so they can demobilize. And the key is do it in enough time to where they don't leave before it's done. So let me go ahead and take you through the agenda, and I think you're going to love it. This, like I've told you every time that I do a video like this as a part of this process, I'll link you to the actual graphic in Canva form in the description below, but here it is. So in the final inspection, likely you'll want the trade partner's project manager, superintendent, possibly, but especially the foreman and the workers. Workers if you can. They might be doing some things, but definitely at least the foreman with the superintendent, area superintendent, assistant superintendent, or field engineer. And like I said, the field focused project engineer if you need to. So those are the folks that will attend. The purpose of this is to finish the trade partner scope before they leave. You remember the central theme of all lean thinking, as far as I know now. Yes, you can say it's flow. Yes, you can say it's learning. But really, it's one piece or one process flow. Plan something, do it, finish it. Plan, build, finish. Plan, build, finish. This meeting or this inspection is to make sure we're finishing before we move on, which is the key to lean thinking. As you leave, you will confirm at this point that you've met the requirements for the owner's top 10. You will make sure that you've met the requirements for your internal company checklist. You will perform a final inspection. So this will not only entail, oh my gosh, this is so good. This will not only entail going through your quality checklist or your visual quality board for installation. You will do that, but it's not just that. It's also to make sure you've done that for all areas, to make sure that it's finished to 100% done, freaking done. And you will want to make sure that any remaining scope items or deliverables have been turned in. So it's more expansive. It's not just using those checklists just for the area. It's for all areas, all scopes. So you'll want to go through that, and just let me mention them again. It's the checklist, visual quality board. It will be all areas, all punch lists, and looking at that submittal register to make sure that all deliverables have been turned in, like I said, training and attic stock included. You will perform a final inspection and write down any corrective action items by a due date. Again, that due date should be before they demobilize. This is key. Your trade partners might think, oh, I'll just do that later, or punch out crew can come back and do it. That is a destructive concept that will cost you a lot of money. So that due date should be before they demobilize, and it should be put on a list that is tracked. And typically I like to tie that to progress payments and notify the trade partners on a weekly basis and help them to complete and hold them accountable. It is much easier to hold trade partners accountable, great people, love them, as they go versus doing 30 trade partners all at one time. So take this opportunity to stay after it right then and there. Okay, so I love this. And this concludes the trade partner preparation process. Not the video, stay with us. I'm still looking for that like and subscribe. So we're gonna get you a cool story right now. So I was taught through Lean Core training, the AGC Lean or CM Lean certification program, and a number of other Lean trainings that I had received at DPR. I learned about this concept. And what we did before any of the trade partners demobilized was we actually followed the follow-up and final inspection process and put it on, and I'm not advocating any specific software, but we put it on BIM 360 Field. It worked great. And I would do a weekly update for the overall production plan, but also for the rolling completion list and any other notifications, and then the contractor grading. So every trade partner would receive an email from me every week, and we would whittle those numbers down, and I would stay after the numbers. And when we did progress payments for trade partners, we weren't jerks about it. We weren't withholding money unnecessarily, but when we looked at the subcontractor pay application and the progress payments for them on a monthly basis, we would review the number of outstanding items and have a very serious, responsible, but respectful conversation and make sure that those items were covered before they left. This is in large contrast to before I learned that concept in my career, where it was a dumpster fire. I'm calling people every day. They can't get here. They're not motivated. They're not responsive. I've got to pray, beg, do enchantments, bribe people to come back to the project site. It was a much different experience. And so the key was the inspection, tracking it, weekly updates, tying it to progress payments, and making sure it was done before they left. Every single trade partner on that project left with their rolling completion list finalized. It was fantastic, and we finished on time. That was one of the keys too. So I'm encouraging you to learn about this process. We have a book coming out called Elevating Construction First Planners on August 1st, 2024. You can call us if you need help. We do this kind of training in our PM Virtual Bootcamp and in our Super PM Bootcamps. Sign up. We can help you at any time. But if you follow this process, the trade partner preparation process, of which this is the last step, and go through your buyout meeting, pre-mob, pre-construction meeting, initial or first in place inspection, follow-up, and final, then you will have the right scope, tell them what you want, orient the foreman and the superintendent, set them off on the right foot, make sure they're continuing on that right foot, and close them out to where it's not a nightmare for everyone. This is crucial. Please implement it. Please look at the Canva graphics that we've given you in the description below. I hope you've enjoyed this process and this video. On we go.